Hey, I'm Ella. Welcome to my channel. Today, because so this week it's gonna be super exciting because May 3rd is like when all the epic freaking books come out. Like I'm so freaking excited. And so like Court the Court Miss and Fury sequel to Court and Roses come out. The Crown comes out. Kira Cass, and Trials of Apollo comes out by Rick Riordan, and then Warrior Witch comes out by Danielle Jensen. And I'm so excited about all these books. It's gonna be so good. And I thought I always read, like when a new book comes out, I always reread the first one like before it comes out, so I get like, so I know exactly what's going on and like how, so I can just like, so I'm really fresh, so always fresh in my mind, so I can get the most out of the book as I can. So today I thought I'd be reviewing A Stolen Songbird by Danielle Jensen. I read this book like over a year ago, and then I reread it last summer when the second one came out, Hidden Huntress, and so I read them, and so I reread it. So I read this book twice, and then I recently read it, so I read it three times, and I read Hidden Huntress twice. And I just want to say, really like one of the best books ever. Like I love these books. Like some of my top favorite books, and then just like they're so good. So yeah, so I just started reviewing this book, and then I review Hidden Huntress in like a separate video. So on with the review. So for the spoiler-free section, if you haven't heard these books or haven't read them, so it's about Stolen Songbird. It's about this girl named Cecile, and Cecile, it's like a high fantasy book, so it takes place in a fantasy world, and she lives like she's from like a small town. Like her dad's a farmer. She's like lives on a farm. She's gone out with her older brother and younger sister, and then she lives with her dad and her grandma. And like her mom like left them. Her mom like lives like in a city. She's like a singer, so her mom's left them. So then she's told that her mom would like come back once in a while, and like one time she came back and told Cecile that she had a great singing voice because Cecile's a singer. And she said when Cecile turns 17, her mom will come retrieve her, and she come with her mom in the city, and she become a singer. So that's when Cecile's dreamed like her whole entire life. And so the book starts out, and it's her 17th birthday, and she's like all ready to go the next day to go see her mom, live her like lifelong dream. But so she's like in the town, like gonna go home, like gonna ride a horse home, and like she's talking to a friend, and then she's like, okay, I'm ready to go home. So then she like starts riding home, but then she runs into one of her old friends named Luke, and she hadn't seen him in a while. She thought he like got into gambling. She hadn't seen him, and she thought it was a little weird that how he was acting kind of like, because like he was like kind of being kind of controlling. But then and this isn't a spoiler because it's like happens like the first like second page or whatever, he captures her and takes her to the trolls, like brutally takes her to the trolls. These trolls who live in on the mountain, and like there's like, it's just like in Cecile's world, I just think it's a myth. Like there's no like feel like all the fantastical elements, like that's not like real, everything. So like, but there's like this giant mountain, and under the mountain like live all this like, it's like kingdom of trolls. So he takes her there, and then she realizes like from the royal family bought her from Luke, and said that like she like this curse, like the queen's sister Duchess Sylvie said that she had like, she's like a psychic, so she like can has visions, and she like visioned this girl who has like red hair like Cecile does, and like blue eyes like Cecile does, and like who's gonna marry the crown prince Tristan. And if they get bonded, which like in troll world they get like bonded, and like so that's like they get married, but they also get bonded, so they get like these like tattoos on their finger, which is like really cool, and they can feel each other's feelings, and if one dies, the other one dies. And so anyways, so she gets taken like without her will, and she gets married and gets bonded to Tristan. And then but then she like Tristan's not very nice to her in the beginning, and like it just shows like, and then she realizes Tristan's like part of this like rebellion. And that's about it I could tell you. And he's like, and she realizes the kingdom's like really corrupt, and like just things like that. It's just like all these things just go down. And I'm trying to think what else. Cecile's a really, like, for other things, like, for Tristan's, like, a really, like, mysterious character, like, both, like, this book's, like, a trilogy, and, like, so, like, but both characters, like, it's, like, dual perspectives, like, you get, like, both the point of views, so you get mostly Cecile's, but you get Tristan's, too. In the second book, you get a lot, like, it's mostly, like, you get most of it, like, you get equal amount of each. But anyways, but both those characters are so developed, and they're both, like, really, like, intricate against each other, and, like, it's so interesting to see, like, how developed they are for like So it's just like such like a trilogy. Like you get so much in it, and like I love when characters develop like that. So I like love them. Like Cecile and Tristan, like one of my favorite couples, like all time YA. Like I love them both so much, and they're both like so like just like the great characters, and like I love them so much. And so like if you really like intricate developed characters, and like because Cecile's like really like she's like has a temper, but she's also very like sassy, and she really knows what she wants, and she's not scared at all, but she's a really good hearted good person. And Tristan's like a good person too, but he's also like he's the crown prince, so he also has been like pampered his whole life, and he knows what the kingdom's wrong, so he's leading the rebellion, but he's also has like you see more in the second book how his character develops, but you see that he's kind of snide and snarky, and he's not super nice to Cecile, and he just like doesn't want to be in this marriage either. So, but you also see like he's a really good person too, and he's just like he's trying to get better for his kingdom when he's king someday, and like he doesn't want his father to be king because his father's a bad king. So yeah, that's about it for the spoiler-free section. So if you have read this book, see you later. And if you have read this book, you can stay and chat with me. And when you do read the book, you can stay and talk. So yeah. So bye non-spoilers. Okay. So like one thing I love about this book, oh my gosh, I just like love that they were like married the whole time. Like I thought they were married. Like I love when people have like arranged marriages and they fall in love eventually. Like I just love that. Like I love that storyline. It's one of my favorite tropes. It's like especially in this book, they're so like in sync with each other, and just so cool. I just love it so much. And like for side characters, what do you guys think of Mark? Like I liked Mark a lot. I thought he was really like interesting, and like I thought he was a good character. I liked Mark a lot. And I liked how like Cecile and him became friends. Like she like opened them up and everything, and how he was like nice, like told Tristan like no, like this like don't be mad at Cecile, because it's like your problem isn't just Cecile, like he's your problem. They're her problem. Like that's really true. Like she didn't ask for this, and so I just thought that was interesting. And like oh my gosh, like one of my favorite scenes is like when Cecile, like they just get married and then they go back to his room, and like she's like they're like arguing like wow whatever, so he like so he's gonna sleep on like the couch or whatever, and she can sleep in the bed, and he like opens the book and he like shuts it, like, and it says like he looked at it too long, couldn't actually read it, and he like turns the lights off, and she like falls because she can't see in the dark like he can, like the trolls can. And like oh, I also love the magical powers. Like the powers are like so freaking sweet. Like oh, so cool. But anyways, so like then he like he like and then she like falls, and he's like shouts, he's like oh my gosh, whatever he says. And, like I just thought that was so funny. And then she was like snarky, like I can't see in the dark obviously. He's like oh I forgot. And like they were just like I just like that band. They have like really a banter. I like the humor aspect of this book, because like I love when like some YA doesn't have any humor, like that's fine, but this book has humor in it, and I like that about them. Like it's humorous and it has some funny parts in it. But that was absolutely hilarious when he was like, that was just so funny. And the next day when she wakes up and like he like taking out the dresses out of like the closet and like throwing them, he's like where are all my clothes, like what's all these dresses, and she's like you're making a mess. He's like that's what a royal family does, like we make messes. And she like runs around the room and like just like destroys the room. Oh, I love that scene. That was like absolutely hilarious. He's like you're making quite a mess of my room. Oh, it's a great scene. I think you really see how like both of them act with each other. I just thought that was really funny. Oh, but one thing I remember when I first read this book, and then like he goes and sees Aeneas for the first time, and like she like tries to kiss him. I was like, oh my gosh, I was not expecting that at all. Like to be have like this affair, but it's not a real affair obviously, but like just like that they try to do that. I just thought that was like, oh, I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm glad like that it wasn't real, because like Aeneas, she's cool and everything. Like I think I would like a But like I think I'd like her more. She's like if she was the main character, but like if she was like a side character, like she was like whatever. I mean, but it was really sad when she died, and like I love how she was so loyal to Tristan, and I felt bad for like how much she like loved him, and like he didn't return the love. And I also like the twins, so that was always really sad. But I also like the twins, Victoria and Vincent. Like they were just really good characters, and like I like how they were all friends, like Tristan and Aeneas and twins, and then Mark. Like they were just all good friends, and like I just like that. I like how the loyalty to Cecile and how they just kind of like brought her in. Besides like Aeneas, obviously. And then like who else? Oh, Mark's story. Like that is so sad. Like I felt so bad for him. He just like I just think it really adds to his character. It's just like, and it's sad, and like I would always think like he would have more interactions than Aeneas, because like technically they like still on blah blah blah, but they didn't. But I guess with the feelings too. Like I don't know. But I just thought those were like such good scenes. Oh my gosh. But what else? But I also like how, like, I'm not, like, super, like, oh, the relationships, you know, like, they speed up, but, like, they, like, go slow, like, but I like how this, like, it was, like, a slowly building romance, and, like, I'm not, like, super, like, big into, like, I'm not, like, I don't care, like, if it's slow blowing or, like, so, like, slow or fast, but I really liked how this was, like, slow, and it was, like, you really see how the relationship developed, and it became how they became friends, and then, like, they started falling in love, and, like, I just really liked how he started trusting her, and she started trusting him, and how, like, eventually still, like, she wanted to stay here, and, like, I just thought all those scenes were, like, so cute when they, like, sort of, like, liking each other and everything, and, like, and you really see who their characters and how they, like, develop, and, like, the scene with, like, Kristoff and his dad, like, come and sell to the trolls. That was a really interesting concept. I wasn't expecting, like, you know, humans to come in. And obviously humans come, but, like, people she knew, and that was just interesting. But, yeah, and then, like, the second time when she saw him, she was, like, defending Tristan, saying, oh, you know, he loves me, and then, like, he was, like, Tristan, like, then Tristan came, and was, like, holding her, and, like, I just imagined him, like, holding her, and, like, say, like, a rib sort of him, because he was, like, with his strength, and then, like, he, like, attacked Kristoff, and, like, was, like, strangling him, and then, like, eventually when Steel, like, snapped Tristan out of it, and then, like, Tristan, like, realized, like, what the heck did I just do, and of course I was like, no one should ever be that strong, and I think you really see Tristan's power, and who he is, and how he can let that side of him, like, come out, that he doesn't let out as much, and I just thought that was interesting. I think it really still, like, to see how so strong she was, and how Tristan, how he, like, has another side to him, too, so I thought that was just interesting. And then, like, it really shows how dumb and Cecile is and everything, and I just love that. But, I don't know, Cecile, like, I love Cecile and I love Tristan, they're such good characters. And, what else? And then, when, like, Tristan says, you know, he has to know, like, you know, Kristoff told him, you know, like, she's your prisoner, and, like, and yeah, exactly, she is, and, like, so Tristan said he had to know, like, if she was, like, if Cecile really wanted to stay there, and then she, like, you know, said she did, and he's like, I have to know, you have to go out, and I love how Cecile goes out, and she says, like, oh, and then she fights that guy in the road, and she's like, oh, I have someone waiting for me, and she comes back, and then, like, Tristan's there, and I just start, like, kissing and stuff, and the gods find them. That was funny. But, I just like that scene. I just like the scene, like, when they, you know, like, reunite, and then, like, just how happy Tristan is, like, during that, like, moment of time, and then, like, you know, everything goes crazy right after that. And I just like all that scene. And I like the scene when, like, just, like, when they're in the castle, and Aeneas, like, stitches up, Cecile, and then she leaves, and Victoria comes out, and then she's like, Aeneas stitched you? Like, she was, like, so shocked, and, like, Cecile told her she was a witch. Like, I like how Cecile was a witch. I like that she was, like, not just, like, human, she was something else. She was also, like a witch, and she was someone, like, Tristan was a troll, and she was a witch, so she had magical powers, too. I just liked all that. That was a great scene. That was a great scene, you know, showing her magical powers. Yeah. And, like, the ending was, like, oh, so, like, the ending, like, you, like, was so sad when she, like, Tristan, like, you know, tricked her and said, you know, like, he could come with her, but she had to go because she was hurt, and that those were just sad scenes, that, you know, like, Tristan, like, didn't want to do it, like, he just had to, and then, yeah, he did, and then, like, they go back to the house, and, like, everything. I just think that was all so, like, it was so sad, but, like, and you also see, like, Cecile's determination in the end, like, you know, like, the witch, Anushka, like, she has to, like, you know, she has to die, and I just thought it was, had to, like, figure out the curse and everything, which is an interesting thing. So I just think that whole thing was very interesting, and I like that. But it tells how much Tristan sacrificed with Cecile at the end, with, like, tricking the half-bloods, and, like, I don't know. It was interesting. I just love this book so much. So good. So good. But yeah, I love this book. And I don't know, my favorite scene is probably when, Cecile, like, when Cecile and Tristan, like, you know, they start, like, anything that's Cecile and Tristan, I love all the scenes. Like, I love the scene in the beginning when they're in this room. I love the scene when they're, like, first kiss. I love the scene when they're kissing, the gods find them. I also, like, love, like, I literally love this whole entire fucking book. Like, it's, like, a great book. Like, you have to read it. Like, if you love fantasy, like, read this book. It's so good. And so, yeah, definitely be sure to read this book. Still in Songbird for Danielle Jensen. She's a great author. It's a great book. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye!